It's your boy Irvin High, aka Irvin Philosopher, aka Amontes'TV. I wanted to show y'all this video because I believe that ESPN has something against certain kinds of black women. I don't know. I don't want to say they race against all black women, but you know, this video was kind of startling me because I want y'all to see where, you know, this is a video about Kevin Durant and Kyrie trying to make a trade, and every time they talk to anybody on that panel, they give up a close look, a close shot, but with the female, the black female with the low cut, I believe she might be the host, and they never give her a close up. And I feel like that's got something to do with the fact that, you know, she's representing African American females, a style that they might not feel desirable. And actually, I think it's beautiful. I want y'all to see for yourself what I'm talking about.
He may be very happy in Miami. I don't want to make it sound like there's a massive difference there, but I do, from what I've been told, Phoenix is his preference, and I wasn't told that yesterday. I mean, that was circulating earlier this week. Okay.
I want to ask you something because I think you said something about this.
Yeah, there she go right there.
Obviously, people want to.
And notice you don't have a close up, and she's talking.
Together somewhere else. What is the likelihood that happens?
I think.
See?
I know what you're
he automatically closed up.
In the event that Katie and Kyrie would have stayed together, which this was discussed within minutes after the trade, right? There was only one place where it really makes sense, and that was the Lakers. Because nobody is going to look at this situation and say, well, let's replicate this. Let's import this. Okay? But the Lakers are desperate. The Lakers don't have, well, we have this star, or this star, or this star, or this star. And they had a package that could make it work. So in the event, and you know, the feasibility of the two of them staying together and playing for another team makes sense for the Los Angeles Lakers. The likelihood of that. So feasibility, let's think about the XY parabola or whatever. The feasibility way up here. The likelihood way down here. And so you know what happens with the Lakers fans especially, you know, they hear that and like their eyes get a little big and they get excited. So it's, I mean, you can make it work in the trading machine. It's not something that I think we're probably already talked too much about it. I just think it was important for me to point out the feasibility existed.
Okay, I want to talk about Kyrie though, because one of the things that was on
she's talking again.
Was the Lakers. If
she doesn't get a close up,
LA, does that make LA a title contender?
He's a top 5 player in the NBA, and I know that we can put all of this other stuff aside.
See how she got her close up?
It's kind of hard to do that when you are talking about Kyrie Irving and all that comes with him, because you don't know what he's going to do on a day-to-day basis. But does he make the Lakers title contenders? There's too many other question marks for me with this roster in order to go all in on that. And if I'm thinking, if Kyrie Irving gets to LA, I think we said this earlier this week, what happens to Russ? Isn't he being traded somewhere else? Like, when we're talking about the feasibility of those two playing together somewhere, Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, and you think about the Lakers, aren't you also thinking that Anthony Davis is out and Russell Westbrook's out and both of those guys are going to the Brooklyn Nets because you're swapping because of the salaries? Like, I don't think the roster, let the turmoil of like what would happen on the court and in the locker room aside, I don't know if that roster is good enough because there's no depth beyond that. I know, spend way too much time trying to talk myself
in. The reason is because if the Brooklyn Nets want a star, that's how you would get a star in Anthony Davis. Forget about Russell Westbrook. That's not relevant. That would just be ballast in the trade. But again, we're talking about it too much.
I don't think Kyrie, at this point of his career, makes any title team.
Even he gets a close up.
I know he's a gifted playmaker, and I don't know if he's a top 5 player. I got 7 players right now: Giannis, Steph, KD, LeBron, Jokic, Embiid. I take over Kyrie Irving.
This video not much longer, but you're gonna see she never gets a close up.
I don't think he makes anybody a title team because everything that comes with him. Kyrie Irving is a very special talent. The problem is that he believes his special talents will override everything else, or you're supposed to placate him. Well, how did that work in Boston? How did that work in Cleveland? How did that work in Brooklyn, where it became a colossal failure? So if you bring in Kyrie Irving and you have to clearly understand that you have to do these things, that means to not being a title team.
This is the problem, Freddie. First off, he makes $36 million. It's hard to trade for a player to make $36 million. Secondly, the Nets don't know what they're trading Kevin Durant for. They may not want to do a trade with Kyrie Irving that's going to take on money, right? Because you may take on a bunch of money when you do a Kevin Durant trade. You don't know what your books are going to look like. And then Kyrie wanted to be in Brooklyn. river there. What happens if he gets traded to a place he doesn't want to be this year? So, like, his value in a trade is just very low. Difficulty to trade for him, very high. Again, you know, we're looking at the crossover there. It's a very narrow thing. When you run that simulation over and over, you keep getting Lakers. And so, but also, the Nets have no interest in accommodating Kyrie Irving. They have no interest in doing it. So if there comes up maybe a 3-team trade or a 4-team trade to get the Nets satisfied what they want, to get them maybe a star, to take draft picks that they might get from Phoenix and reroute them someplace else, or take this guy, 4-team trade. Kyrie might get thrown into that 4-team trade just as salary balance.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to be used as a tool to help the Nets. He is not going to be used as a player to trade for value. Very unlikely you're going to get anything value, maybe a draft pick or two, and he's not going to be used to accommodate. And he's going to have to sit and wait for the Durant situation to play out, whether that takes 3 days or 3 weeks. And that's just the reality of it. But at the end of it, when all that smoke clears, it is true. He could be a Laker. That is definitely still on the table.
I would like to say the Lakers title odds have
She's speaking
moved
again.
dramatically since the news. So they were 22
Not gonna get a close up though.
last week, 18-1 right before the news, and now they're 10-1. And I know, Wendy, I listened to your podcast, and I know you said something about how sports books, they kind of like, they know something's going on over there. They know something because they always have. They always, So
More the
pay
better.
attention to that.
Yeah.
People are putting money in, the books are reacting.
Yep. The sharks are coming in.
Somebody knew that Paolo Banchero,
Yeah.
because the books reacted.
He get another clue up. Come on, man. This is obvious that she's not getting a clue up for some particular reason. And I wish I knew.
I was looking at the odds, and Phoenix's odds were going down. You know, it's like
Something's happening.
talking. Something's going on there.
Right.
Wow.
Wendy, I think you're leaving us. Good working with you as always.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.
See, I just wanted to show y'all that. You know what I mean? All the way to host, she never got a close up, and she was actually hosting the show. You know. All right. Until next time, it's Urban High, aka Urban Philosopher. I'm gone.